Yo, what's going on, guys? In today's video I want to give you 5 tips for new players that want to start playing Torchlight Infinite that I personally wish I knew, or some of them people asked me about during one of my streams. And they are gonna be made in order from the most important one to the least important ones, in my opinion. So let's start with the first one, and it is about skill gems from quests versus from the shop. So here I just finished the quest and I can get one of these skills. And the main point about this tip is that this doesn't really matter, because if you're gonna choose, for example, Acuteness Imbue, you are also gonna unlock the other two from the shop, and you can just buy them from the shop for free. So let me just show you. You can just go in here and you can buy any of them, and it is called shop, but you just get them for free. So as you can see here, I can just get them and it doesn't cost me anything. But that's just the first part of the tip, because second part is the fact that as you have noticed, I can get them here from quest, but I can already just buy them from the shop. So you don't even need to complete the quest for some of these skills. Some of them I do believe are unlocked from the quests, but most of them are just gonna be unlocked from the level. So for example, here you need level 20 for flame spirits and so on, so you don't even need to complete certain quests to get them. And the third, and I think the most important thing about it, is that when you are gonna choose one of the skills from the quest, they are always gonna be level 1 skill level. And when you go to the vendor from the shop, you actually can buy them as higher level, and this scales with your level. So here, as you can see, Flame Imbue is already level 4. So even if you take this, for example, you are physical build and you want Acuteness Imbue for some additional physical damage, you can choose this. But at the end of the day, you would still probably just prefer to go to the shop and get higher level Imbue, because as you can see, this one is level 1, this one is level 4, so you would get it and install level 4. And if you are worrying about the space for the skills, you can just go to your inventory, you go in here, and you can straight up just destroy all of the low level skill gems, so they just don't take any of your inventory space. So you go just here and you delete them. So that was the first tip. Now moving on to the second tip, and that one is about talents. And that is the fact that you can actually respec your talents for free up until level 80. When you're gonna reach level 80, you are gonna need these Oblivion points that you can get some of them for free, actually quite a lot of them for free, but you also can buy them for real money. But up until level 80, you can just freely respec them. So you can see here, it says it's up until level 80, and you can just remove them, then reallocate them somewhere else. You can either completely reselect the whole tree, so just remove it, move to the other one, and it doesn't cost any points up until level 80. And on top of that, these points you can always just freely respec even after level 80. So once again, I highly suggest testing out a lot of things. For example, myself, when I was playing my minion build, I chose God of Machines, then I chose Machinist. I knew these two are very good for minions, but I didn't know which one is the best. For example, Alchemist or Shadow Dancer or the Warlock. So I just went for the first one. I took all of the points, I tested it out on the target dummy, then I went for the Shadow Dancer, I also tested it, then I went for the Warlock, I also tested it, and I just knew which one I prefer the most. But again, make sure to do it before level 80. And in case you don't know, if you want to test stuff, here is the target dummy, so you can go in here, just choose a level, let's say 40, and you can test your DPS in here. So that was the second tip. The third tip is about skill energy. So skill energy is something in here that you need to unlock more support skills. So here you can see that to unlock the second link you need 10 energy, then for third one you need 15, then you need 50, and then 100. So as you can see, you need quite a lot of it, and you can see here that I have 370. And to get energy, you just need to level up. Every single level is gonna give you 1 energy. But then you might ask me, how do you get more than 100? Because maximum level in this game is 100, so technically you should be able to get just 100, and you can see here that I have definitely more than that. So yes, during playing the campaign, you are actually just mostly gonna get your energy from skill levels, but once you finish the campaign, then gear is what is going to give you the energy. So here you can look at my inventory. My helmet gives me 15 energy. My chest gives me 88. My amulet doesn't give anything, belts don't give energy, and rings don't give energy. Everything else can give you energy. And only items with high item level give energy. So I believe only from around level 40, maybe 45, they start giving energy. And the higher item level of item, the more energy item can have. So for example, here you can see my interlocking soul weapon is item level 81, which basically means it did drop in high level zone, and it can have up to 61 energy. And this is the same item, interlocking soul, but it did drop with item level 75, which basically means this can have up to 48 energy. And you can actually modify this energy a little bit, this number here. You can go to this vendor, go to gear empowerment, and here you can roll with these gems basically in between this amount. So for this item I could roll for up to 61, but every single time it is a random number, so I personally don't feel like risking it. 52 is good enough. The fourth tip is about inventory management. So every time when you are starting a new game, you never know what you should pick up, which items are good, what you should do with them, can you just delete them or you should keep them. So let's talk about inventory and items a little bit. So I did get some items in here, and first thing that you can do in terms of inventory management, you can just press this button to sort them. This is basically gonna make it so all of the weapons are gonna be at the top, then all of the chests, helmets, chest, glass, boots, and then jewelry. I wish there was a little bit more sorting options, like for example sort them by maybe uniques at the top, then purple ones, blue ones, white ones at the bottom, and so on, so different type of sorting, but as of right now this is the only one. The second thing you can do is you can press this mass identification button. Normally you would just go one by one to just identify them, but what you can do is you can press this button and it's just gonna identify everything. Now when it comes to comparing the items, obviously eventually when you're gonna know a little bit more about the game and you're gonna play for the end game, you're gonna know yourself how to compare items and so on for your build. But during the campaign, simple tooltips in here like survival and damage is good enough. And if you are playing a minion build, this damage does not matter at all. The only thing you care about is something like this, minion damage. But for any like attack-based build, you will just look at your weapons and you will just want this number to go higher. And if you are a caster, this kind of the same thing, but you want spell damage to go higher. And for the armor, you just look at the survival. And again, obviously, later on you're gonna look at other things like energy. Maybe you're gonna want to have some also damage on your other items, not just weapon. But again, just for the campaign, these tooltips should be good enough for you. And then the last thing is what to do with the remaining items. Once you go through all of them, what to do with them. So first thing what you can do is you can just go to the destroy section and you can tick, for example, either everything, or you can go and just white items, blue items, or whatever, and you can just destroy them to free some space. But there is actually a second thing that you can do, and that is going to the trader, which in this town it is here, and you go to exchange, and then you do basically the same thing here. But instead of destroying them, you are gonna scrap them for some dust, and this dust can be used for crafting. And to be honest, this doesn't really do that much. This is the lowest tier crafting ingredient and you don't really need it for crafting, so This is basically a way to at least get something from all of these items, but at the end of the day, don't even feel that bad about just using this to destroy them. And just to show you, here I have like thousands of this dust, and then also this dust you can go to trader and you can exchange the dust into the flame dust. And to be honest, this flame dust is also not really needed. There are different types of this flame fuel. This is how this currency is called. And you mostly need flame sand and flame elementium for crafting, so flame dust doesn't really do that much, so don't even worry about it. You can mostly just destroy your items once you have a decent amount of flame dust. And also here you can see you have separate inventory for skills and again for the currency, so inventory space usually is not an issue. And for minions, if low level skill gems are annoying you, you can also just destroy them here, and if eventually you're gonna need them, you can just buy them from the vendor. And with maximum level, the skill gems at the vendor are gonna be always a level 16. So when you are gonna be buying them in here, so here you can see all of these skills are level 16. Now for the fifth and the last tip, this one is the least important one, but I still figure I should mention it because, to be honest, it is very easy to miss this thing, and that thing is auto loot. And to get auto loot, you basically have to go to your season pass, and in here everything at the top you get for free, and everything at the bottom you get from the paid season pass, which by the way costs $15. So when you go in here and you look at the level 15 of free season pass, you actually get auto loot for free. And to get the levels in your season pass, you have to do these daily and weekly quests, which, to be honest, to get to level 15 takes not that much time. You pretty much just have to finish your campaign, and then you get up to 15 rewards. Obviously you get more than that, but to be honest, this is the most important thing from the season pass, and there's so many things in here that you might just not even notice that you got the auto loot. And here you can see the currency that auto loot is gonna loot for you. And to enable auto loot, you need to have a pact spirit. So you can go to Boon, and I think at level 14 you do get one free of these currency, and you can just single draw one of the actually even here you get just one free single draw. You can get one spirit, and then you go to the pacts and you just put one of them in here, and then you click follow. And for me, I believe this one is following me, and this bed is just gonna loot everything for you. Well, not everything. You can see in the season pass which items it is gonna loot for you. But also, if you are gonna buy the paid season pass, you can in here at level 5 unlock advanced auto loot. But to be honest, I wouldn't even worry about it too much. If you look at the list, there is not that much more items that advanced auto loot loots for you than the normal one, and it's mostly the rare currency, so it doesn't feel that bad if you have to just from time to time loot one of the rare currencies. So these were my 5 tips for newer players. If you have been playing this game for some time and you also know some useful tips for newer players, feel free to leave them in the comments. But for me, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching and see you next time.